and feel like
Good evening, you guys, and listen, welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV, and I know this is a late one, but stuff been going down, and I just looked around and I said, you know what, I feel like talking about it, and I feel like talking about it right now. Being as though the kitchen table is mine, I can come to it anytime I get ready. Listen, my question is, will this situation between Cardi B and Tasha K change the way that YouTube is done? That is my question. Let's get on into it. All right, you guys. Listen, like I said, this is really just a discussion. You know, I have a specific way that I actually do things. I really do. Hey, Lady Key, what's up, baby? What'd you say, girl? The feds was in the audience when they found out she hadn't been paying her taxes, honey, since 2017. See, that's what I'm talking about. We came here to talk tonight. We're going to talk, and we're going to talk kitchen table style. Stuff that you might not shouldn't say, but we're going to go on and say, hey, Jace, what's up, baby? Hey, Miss B-Town Hester, what's going on, Brandy? And Shasha, Alex, and what's going on, all of you guys? I didn't know who was going to be. I didn't know if anybody would actually be here. Hey, Memphis T. Her husband got up and told the judge she's lying, honey, when she tried to. See, a lot. Storm and Wiley is hiding money. Can you say about child? Listen. Okay, so this is my thing. This is where I'm actually headed. Now, I know there was a lot of stuff that went on in the courtroom. I'm not really going to focus so much on that in the back and forth of what they had going on, and I ain't going to be arguing with folks. Oh no, that was it. No, that was I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is where, and we may do that at another time, but this is kind of where I'm at. So, $1.25 million. 1.25. This is what caught my eye. $1.25 million. All about you saying something that ain't true about somebody and then running it basically into the ground. Thank you, Lexington, Norfolk. Running it into the ground. Now, it's those figures. Those figures were so interesting. And then there's going to be punitive damages and all of that. Who knows what all that's going to actually add up to. But what I do know is it's a lot. It's a lot. Then I heard some talk. They don't know whether they're going to suspend her YouTube channel or take her YouTube channel from her. I'm like, whoa. So all of that money, and then you're talking about snatching her YouTube channel. Now, I don't know everything that Tasha has going on, but I know a good bit of her money come from her, if not all, really, attached to her YouTube channel. She has her advertisements, and basically what she does is attached to her channel. She does her little interviews and all that stuff. I fell in love with Tasha back when Tasha was drinking wine and literally doing answers to questions like I did. That's what attracted me to her. I was like, oh, this is, yeah. She's like, people writing her and she's answering questions and she drinking her wine and she had a cadence about her and the way that she spoke and the way that she chose to answer things. That's what drew me to her. When she started into a lot of this salaciousness and different things like that, I was like, oh, that's interesting because it's still, you still got the essence and the aura of Tasha. And then as it grew, she grew. She kind of, she's still Tasha, but it was a different type of Tasha. She became a little, she became a little more salacious. She, you know, things change. As the business changes, you change as a person sometimes too. Sometimes it's for good, sometimes it's for the bad. She's lost some people on the way. She's made some enemies on the way. But yet growing the whole time. I think YouTubers are going to have to report on facts or cite sources versus slander. Tasha will do anything for attention. There was a lot of that. It was a lot of her story went a lot like the Wendy Williams story, and watching Wendy Williams, we know Wendy Williams is not a very well liked person in the industry. She's respected by some, hated by others. I don't think Wendy gets to enjoy so much of the fruits of her labor. Like she doesn't get to really go to all the fad parties and stuff because people don't be wanting to be around her. It's not. She's not one of those. Like she's not a Gayle King. Gayle go anywhere. She's Oprah's friend. People like Gayle. Gayle can go anywhere. She's invited to all kind of parties and stuff. I promise you, half of the parties that Gayle King is invited to, Wendy Williams isn't. Like if you mention her name, people just start laughing and all that kind of stuff. So I think Tasha's little journey started kind of going that same way. And I don't think that's really her personality anyway, to want to party and to want to be, in the faces of those folks. So I don't think it really bothers her too much. You know what I mean? What's going on, Yusuf? Yeah, I don't think it bothers her too much. But if you work as hard as she's worked to get where she is, don't you want all of the amenities that come along with it? I would. I don't want to be hated. I never wanted to be hated. I didn't want to come into the business to be hated. I kind of like being liked, and there's going to be some that hate you. But for Tasha, I see a lot of hate, I still like Tasha. I still like her, but again, I've never been on the receiving end of the machine that's nasty. That is Tasha. I ain't never been on the other end of that. So, if I was in Cardi's seat, I'm sure I probably wouldn't like Tasha too much either. But this is the thing. So basically in court, this is a defamation suit. And Tasha done lost. She lost. Hey, Poison Ivy. She lost. So I can't even imagine. Right. Charlemagne's another one. Loved by some, hated by a lot. I don't know where Tasha goes. I hope she doesn't lose her channel. Because if she loses her channel, how's she gonna pay Cardi all that money? And even if she has all that money in the bank, which I don't know if she does, do you want to empty out your account with this one little situation? I don't think so. She got a whole baby to raise and stuff. She got houses and cars and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It can't just end with paying the fees from this course. Life don't end. Life is going to keep on going. The light company's still going to send their bill. The water company, the gas company, they're all going to send their bills. So I don't know where that actually puts her. I really don't. I don't know. And again, like I said, her endorsements and stuff. Here's the other part that I thought about, y'all. Hey, Teresa. I thought about, now that this has all went down and she's not fighting anymore, it's there. You lost. You defamed Cardi B and you lost. Had she won, that'd be something different. But you lost. The people that you have these promotional deals and folks that you are advertising, do they even want to be linked to you anymore? Do I believe that she was being paid to come at her by someone else? Anything is possible. I never gave it any thought, but anything's possible. But the question is it worth it? Because are they going to get you out of the mess that you're in now? Because now it's your name that's the issue at this point. Are you going to have, by next Monday, is Tasha going to still have all her endorsement deals? Are they all going to still be intact? That's the question. See, your name, you slandered her name and defamed her name. And then now she done beat you in court. And now, what does that do for your name? You know what I mean? That's the stuff I thought about going. Not okay. Yes, the embarrassment is enough to drive you mad, I'm sure. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the beginning of the problem. She got to go back home and deal with her husband. You know, and that's why I said I'm not going to get into all that because I wasn't in the courtroom. So everything is really allegedly, but this back and forth of she's lying, no, he's lying, all now that got to go home. So you got all that to deal with. Was it worth it? What'd you get out of it? Everything you got out of it, out of this whole Cardi B back and forth, now it's all on the line. Everything that you got is something that you don't have, I'm sure. Something that you ain't even made yet. You're going to be owing to Cardi B. It's like crazy. It's crazy. And again, this is one I'm telling you, and I'm just talking. I know I'm rambling and I'm not staying straight line like I got because I don't have nothing written down. I'm in my sewing room. I'm working. It's just listen. It's just this was up on me, and I just want to talk. This is true live kitchen table talk. I'm not at the kitchen table, literally. I'm at another table in my house, but these were the things that were running through my mind. And who better to talk about it with than y'all? I love y'all. But this is what was going on. I could have called my mother, but I called y'all. She probably in the bushes anyway. I hate that her first few million goes to a celebrity. It's instant Wendy karma. It's bad. It really is bad. But now let's table that for 1 second. Baby, the way that she's trying to keep face on Instagram and act so unbothered and busy is comically cringing. But now keep in mind, that's Tasha though. That is Tasha. That's one of the things that make Tasha Tasha. Because Tasha always had a don't give a shit. Her whole being is a I don't give a shit. That's one of the things that made me like Tasha. But I know at the end of the day, girl, yeah, okay. I don't give a shit either. But I feel for you right now, sis. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot. And then we are her co-workers. We're her co-workers. So she's still getting it on all through YouTube. She says that she's kind of like a YouTuber, don't really watch other YouTubers or pay too much attention to other YouTubers. Okay, Tasha. But there's a lot of YouTubers, they dancing on their channels and stuff like that. Those little things, from your coworkers. There's people, a lot of people pulling for, the winos is a force and they're, of their own. Can you imagine if she's cut off from the winos? Like if YouTube says, okay, now we take you down. If it be 10 days that they take her down, that's going to be devastating. That is going to be devastating. She celebrates her numbers. She just made another milestone on her numbers, and for that to be floating around, that maybe, just maybe, they may suspend it or take it away. Kind of, child, are you serious? All about a story on one person, and you defame them. And I mean, you know better. So I mean, you can only really feel so bad for her because you did wrong. You did wrong. You're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. And somebody told you were doing wrong 900,000 times, but she refused it. She did it the Tasha K way. So I gotta say, she's a 10-toe down girl. She stood in her shit. Right, T Lounge. I don't know about the losing channel. I don't know if I agree with that. The money is, it is what it is. I can't say, it is what it is. I think whatever you're charged is what you're charged because you did wrong and you lost. And that might, for me, see, I've been defamed. I've been defamed down here in these YouTube streets. I know what that actually is. And we say, yes, there are levels to this stuff. Okay. There's levels to it. I understand it. And I move about in a certain way that I move about down here because, one, who's wasting their money? Who's going to waste their money, really? Hey, James, someone said there is punitive damage phase, and that could really hit the pocket hard. Right. Absolutely. Now, the punitive damages could be just a little underneath it, 1.25. Who knows where that's going to be at? But this is the thing, when I say about the levels, really, do you think I'm going to hire a team of lawyers to go after a raggedy hoe on YouTube that ain't got nothing? That's a waste. So that's what I'm actually asking. Because yes, there are some of us that will do it. That will literally spend money to sue a fellow YouTuber who is defaming them just because. There's some people that will actually do it. There's some people that actually will do it. Me, I'm patient. I'm very patient person. And I understand about frivolous lawsuits. I'm not into a frivolous lawsuit. I just let these people do whatever they want to do, say whatever they want to say, and just know that whenever I do swing at you, I am not going to miss at all. At all. So that's more my thing. But then this is the thing. Why do you swing at a person that ain't got shit? If all you got, you talking mess and defaming me, and all you have is an apartment that got more liens on it than a real hot party down in Atlanta. Why would I waste my money? Now, those figures that Tasha and them talk about, baby, you say to make an example. Right. To make an example, when I could come down here and slay you verbally. I come down here and slay you verbally, and because what you set out to do really is to try to embarrass me with a bunch of lies, and then I prove you wrong without even having a lawyer, prove that you're a lying whore, and you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed when you were trying to embarrass someone else. But again, there is that other flip side of it. If somebody gets touched in their spirit and they really want to just slap your face with a lawsuit. This is the thing. People talk about it all the time. I'll sue you for defamation. I'll sue you for slander. I'll sue you for libel. We all know that we can do it. Those who know what the laws are, and who know what protection they have under the law. We know it. We know it. Whenever I've been violated, I know that I've been violated. I have whatever information I need to prove the violation and to win. To win. It's just all in when I decide to win. Is this going to change the trajectory down here? Now, because that's how people do, especially some of our people. They'll, once they see that somebody else did it, then they'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'll go ahead and do it. Do you all think that that's going to change? Do you all think that you're going to start to see more defamation suits? I would sue to get you shut down and have the judgment placed on their credit bureau report that will really hurt them. And that's my point, Casey. I know for a fact the person that one of the people who actually defamed and slandered my name, baby, they got so many judgments against them that I don't feel the need to be in a sea of liens. That's just not my, you know what I mean? That ain't my thing right now. But now, next Tuesday, I could wake up and feel differently. Like I said, you just stockpile what you need so whenever you do decide to swing, you don't miss. But that was what I came down and I said, I wonder if we're going to see more. Like a perfect example, right down here on the YouTube streets now, there was people filed cases. There's cases, a whole line of cases of folks for stalking and harassment. And it was like one person did it, and then it just picked up like it was the new trend. Oh, baby, I'm just going to put paperwork on you. Oh, baby, I'm going to put paperwork on you. Do you think that the kids is going to start slapping defamation suits on each other down here on the YouTube streets? Has this mess here changed the way that YouTube is going to be done? Or the defamation suits going to get the flying around in the streets? Are they going to start cleaning up? That's what I want to know. Cardi definitely set a precedent for a celebrity suit. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And then that's it. Child, listen, I gotta watch myself because I do celebrity news. So, I always try to be, I don't consider myself to be malicious at all. I do a little chit-chatting. I'm never the one that wants to be the first one who runs out to break a story. That's never been me. So I don't know that I would ever be in a Tasha K type of setting because I don't feel the need to be the first one that breaks the story. See, I know what breaking the story first could turn into. Bobby Light said tonight he was suing Tasha. Also, see what I mean? See what I mean? Like a snowball. James, you're nowhere near as bad as Tasha. She laughs. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit and tell a lie. I don't have that to do. Not about no clicks and no views. I ain't got that to do. But yeah, I'm still very careful about what it is I'm reporting about folks. I generally will sit back for a while and I wait for whatever happened. I'll kind of wait to see what happens next. And then I'll kind of talk about, like, this is the very first time I've even spoken about the Tasha K, Cardi B back and forth. And it's all the way over with. There's just all that speculation. That ain't my zhuzh. Content creators better start cleaning up their act and their next too. Right. Definitely was a self-sabotager. It was a lie. It was a lie. If anything, she has lost her credit. There we go right there. Reset. I'm so afraid that, like, this is the thing. Like Tasha, she does like some mentoring and different things like that. Now, people who she's been mentoring, by all means, but people coming behind them, will you really want to be mentored by Tasha at this point? See, that's what I'm saying. What did it do for your brand, for your name? It's so much bigger than just the judgment and the money. It's the future. Is there a future? What does that future look like? El Noir, 1 million plus heard her say it. If you think smaller national media outlets didn't pick up on that, you're wrong. Is it not on the celebs to not be so low down as well? Damn. No, I mean they have to watch themselves too. And then see that's the thing, Yusuf, when and I get this sometimes because you know I will defend myself out in these streets, and I don't really care about numbers. I don't care about numbers. So if you're sitting around with a thousand people as your subscriber count, and you over there talking mess about me, and I just happen to have 40,000, that don't save you from me. And I've been where people will say, well, why would you even bother? Because they're this, that, the other. Well, isn't that the same thing with Tasha K and a Cardi B? Do you think that really that Tasha actually thought that Cardi would actually follow through? Even when cease and desist were actually sent out, do you think that I would love to ask Tasha that question. Like the day that you first got a cease and desist from Cardi B, did you honestly believe that on the 25th of January 2022, you'd be looking at a $1.25 million judgment from Cardi? So with the levels, again, the levels, because Cardi had to literally reach down, even with 1 million subscribers or whatever it is, it's still reaching down to fight with Tasha. Yusuf said, no, I did not, James. Right. And I think, and it happens with me. I'm like, I was literally in a conversation with a person earlier today on they were attacking, screaming and yelling at me, honey, on a live, just hollering, just having a fit. I said, girl, you okay? But they were saying, you sit high and you play low. Well, first of all, I don't sit high. Secondly, I only got 40,000 subscribers. How high am I sitting, really? But I kept asking him, so do you consider yourself low, baby? That's what you're saying to me? You feel like you should be able to say whatever you want to say about me, and I should never say anything back to you. And then if I do say something about how dare I? No, bitch, how dare you? But that is the feeling down here on YouTube. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Is that getting ready to change? Is that getting ready to change? Are the subscribers, not subscribers, I'm sorry, are the bigger celebrities get ready to start sponge bathing, honey, YouTubers for talking mess? Sponge bathing them with acid and broken glass covered sponges, honey. They ready to start tearing the children up. This has nothing to do with black and white. Tasha maliciously lied on that woman, and per law, that's wrong. Right. The judge has decided. End of story. Right. So Steph, and I mean, but the court, if you take it to the court's going to do it. They don't care. If I go right now, a person with 500 subscribers say the wrong thing about Tasha K and Tasha K take them to court, the courts are going to do the same thing. They're going to figure out who's right and who's wrong, and they don't give a damn about where you sit socially. It's going to go down. It's going to go down. James, you know race is a Jew mean the same. Call me N and May. Stay calm down. Stay calm down when I drink. You know how to say that happened to you before, Yusuf. I chuckled for her because she definitely tried to destroy Lovely Take. Ooh, Jesus, honey. Tasha was wrong on Cardi. It's trash. Ooh. The case should have been dismissed. Ooh. Yeah, and that's why one of the things I always say about YouTube, you be in the court of public opinion. You be in the court of public opinion. But child, they got out of the court of public opinion, and they got to carry it. Got to really carry. And good point, James. This is a fine line. Celebrities need social media creators. Oh, Yusuf, I'm not going to drop the link because I'm going to be getting off in a second, baby, because I told you I'm in the sewing room. So I'm actually done doing what I was doing. I'm like, I'll be getting off in a second. But I'll do another live at another time and we'll pick up. So don't forget what you were going to say, Yusuf. Write it down and save it. And we will pick up on it. And you got my word. James, I somehow think that you are shooting a warning shot across the boards. Hmm. I just got questions. That's all. I carry a broom. That's what I do. I carry a broom, and when things get too messy, I clean up, honey. That's what I do. That's how I handle it. Mother, did you see Lisa Ray, Claudia, Vivica Fox, and Selena Johnson drug Tasha tonight? I didn't watch tonight, Lady Key. I love the Queens. I love it. I'll have to definitely pick up and see what they had to say. Yeah, I didn't even watch. Didn't even watch. And listen, every last one of them that you mentioned, Claudia Jordan, Selena Johnson, Vivica Fox, and Lisa Ray McCoy. I bet you every last one of those four could pick 5 YouTubers that they could slay tomorrow in court about saying the wrong thing about them. I mean, defamation and slander, it runs rampant around on the YouTube street. Rampant. Do you hear me? The lawsuit is going to draw in more attention than actual defamation. I wouldn't be surprised. You can't play victim to the circumstances that you created. You're no longer a victim, a volunteer. Right. There's not, that's all. That's done. That's done. I mean, it is what it is. Tasha K, wrong. Cardi B, winner. It ain't even no more back and forth. That part's over. That part's over. Now is how do I pay this and where do I go from here? That's what's going to be interesting to watch, to see how much has Tasha really lost other than the money. What is it going to do for her name and what is it going to do for her brand? That is going to be what the interesting thing is going forward. Hey, I told you I still like Tasha. I wish her the best. But we will be watching. We will be watching. And again, why wouldn't I? I mean, she's a coworker. She's a coworker. So definitely I got my good eye on you, Tasha girl, because I want to do whatever it is you did wrong. I want to make sure I don't do it. You know what I mean? Child just kind of is what it is. So now she a civil case, and she also owes 3 years back. And that was another whole thing. I was like, oh my God. Now, and then that girl, like, I mean, didn't she had to know all of that was going to come out, all this stuff about her taxes, her past taxes and stuff. I was like, oh my God, no, child. I don't even know how that even got mixed up in it. Like, did that have to happen? Or were they trying to teach her a lesson by having that come out? Because they definitely said, I definitely heard that allegedly there was people from the IRS sitting with their legs crossed taking notes. I'm like, oh my gosh. So a lot of things weren't as, as were portrayed here on YouTube. It just makes you question a lot of things. Like I seen her doing, like, you running around doing Christmas drives where you're giving away all of these elaborate gifts and things and your taxes ain't paid? No, sis. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's nice to do for, because I always was like, oh, that is so wonderful when she does the The whole thing where she's like buying a Christmas for families or buying a Thanksgiving for families. But it don't seem as though you really had it to give, babe. You know, and that's something that my grandmother used to say, you know, child, when I heard about them taxes, baby, I said, oh, girl, no. My grandma says, honey, charity begins at home and then spreads abroad, honey. That's how that. You don't be giving people nothing and you ain't got it to give. And if your taxes ain't paid, contrary to popular belief, you ain't got it to give. You know good and well, that's one thing. Don't go away. Is the IRS. They don't go away. They want their money. Period. They don't want to hear no stories. They might work out a little bit of something for you, but they want their money. They want their money. And I'm sure with the case and the way the case was going, and if they were sitting in the audience, honey, they was taking notes as to what you got and what you sitting on, and then going back with what you owe them, and they probably was giving this, honey.
Glory! My. Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus.
And waiting, honey, like, yep, our turn's coming, honey. Soon as the judge rules, honey, our turn's coming, then we going to try to get our money. That's, Questions, James, do you think they confiscated her passport and her husband's too? I don't know. I don't know. Listen, when they want to put a stop to you, they put a stop to you. Period. Period. You start playing with the IRS, baby, they'll freeze your bank account. That's the first thing. They'll freeze your damn bank account. They're one of the ones that can do it. The IRS and child support can, and also student loans. They can freeze the government. They can freeze your bank account. They'll freeze your bank account. They will stop your ass dead in your tracks. They say Tasha has not filed tax for her. They said for 3 years. Yeah. That's allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. Allegedly, she put things in her husband's name. And they'll track it. They'll track. Listen, all that little swift moving stuff around, that when they get up in you like they up in there now, child, no stone unturned. No stone unturned. No use of this. Student loans got me before. Child, I ain't playing. I'm scary, yo. They call me scary. I'm scary. I don't mess around. I don't want nobody freezing no bank accounts that belong to me, child. How much I owe? Okay. I ain't playing that game. Folks be playing, honey, all that repossession and houses going into foreclosure, and then I don't get it. I don't even know how you do it. I said, that's you some kind of wonderful, honey. You come down here and cross your legs on YouTube and do videos telling people how great it is that you got your house confiscated from you. Girl, you go right ahead, honey. You feel like you got it going on? No, ma'am, baby. I'm scary, honey. I don't want to have it going on. I don't want nobody coming to get my keys here at all. I don't want nobody coming to get my keys. When I leave up out of here, I want to leave up out of here because I'm ready to go. I ain't trying to leave up out of here because the bank say you ready to go. No, babe, I ain't ready to go. Not yet. Are you laying down? What's up with the audio? Is my audio funky, y'all? No, I'm not laying down. Yes, Black YouTube. They have a hard enough time getting compensated. Is the audio bad, you guys? I'm actually, because I'm filming from my phone. No, is it this that you heard? Is that what you heard? That's water. That's a bottle of water. That's a bottle of water. I am multitasking. I apologize. We get ready to go in a few seconds anyway, but yeah, I have a bottle of water over there. Yeah, so it's been interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. You know what? Let me go ahead and do this since we're here because we got 200 people. 200 people in here. Yusuf, you still want to come up, baby? Here, hold on. Hold on, Yusuf. Okay, sure. Give me a second. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Is it gonna let me? James, do you think Tasha will appeal? So, I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I bet you know after he got the punishment. Can't afford to appeal. Right. And the thing is, Jason, if she appeals, what else you gonna open up? Funky also said, I'm paraphrasing, when you do something wrong to someone, you can't tell them how mad to get. Absolutely. You know, Funky says that all the time. All the time. And that, I'm a fan, again, a fan of Tasha, but I've been a fan of Funkydyneeva since I got here. Okay. And one thing that I've always taken away from Funky says that, and Funky always says, you don't let no other bitch blast you with your tea. Child. And I laugh every time there's a YouTuber that get caught up in that. Like y'all all heard it. So I don't even know why y'all, and he had one of the worst little situations. What's up, Fantastic? And he did not allow for somebody to blast him with his tea, honey. He was like, no, I don't think so. And that was, I think, one of the worst little situations that could have ever happened. But he handled it. He handled it, baby. I said, come on here, Funky. Here comes the mods. Y'all keep it real. The audio is whack. Okay, let's see. You're going to pay on the front end or the back end? Right. You're going to pay on the front end or the back end. Yes, God. All right, I see you, Yusuf. What's
Hey,
up, bud?
nothing. I wasn't even worried about it. How you doing though? Because after you read my comment, you saw what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I,
Yeah, that's why I was going to say I was getting ready to leave, but y'all up in here, honey. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Y'all tell me, if my audio is bad, y'all tell me because I can put my earphones in.
no, the audio was good. You're on your 4 a.m. voice.
Okay, so it's just trolls.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trolling or if it's just your inside voice for 4 a.m. They really think that you're about to lay up and just drag and let have right now. They're salivating.
I'm not Gary layup, not with this phone going.
The only thing, my main thing was because a lot of people were saying it felt like I was taking up for Tasha and saying, "Oh well, she's wrong. She's wrong." Nobody ever said she was right.
Yeah.
Tasha was wrong, and Cardi is trash. So the case should have been dismissed. I don't know what anybody lost here.
Stop calling that lady trash.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's a beautiful young lady.
She is. She different, but
I wouldn't have gave her nothing. I don't appreciate another thing I don't appreciate is Tasha K's first little million or 2 million gotta go to her ass. I don't like that.
That's real. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's so much hard work to give to one person. Like, ooh, oh, nothing to show for it.
Because there's so many, like if you put aside, I did a side-by-side comparison, right, of Cardi B's channel and Tasha K's channel, and you look at the views and you look at their reach, right? Consider their views and their reach. Cardi B gets 450 something million views a video, and Tasha K gets 42,000 or something.
Yeah.
And then you think about that, and then you think about the video as the artist, the prominent one in everybody's home every day for the children to see. And then you think about the culture critics, the media. How could anything that you do that we report on be worse than how could anything we report on be worse than what you did? They do the same thing to Black people when they start getting revolutionary and want to fight against racism. They do the same thing. It's with all the isms, even with homophobia. When gay people stick up to homophobics, they treat us the same way. It's the same thing. And it's only because she had the money and the time and she felt like she wanted to make an example that she did. And shouldn't nobody be happy about that? Because we all got YouTubers that we love. We all are YouTubers that we love. And don't nobody deserve to be silenced because of something that somebody else is doing. And they do that to me all the time on Ratchet Today because they're ratchet as hell. I better watch what I say. Like we all got the equal conscience and chance to be better, make better choices, represent ourselves better, and all of that. And all of it's a learning experience. And Cardi B got on for speaking her mind and being belligerent. And again, her platform is very belligerent. Like her artistry is very, very belligerent. And so just to think that someone would think that she has somebody's credibility better than Tasha K, I just could never understand it. Yeah.
It's interesting. I could see where Cardi be coming from because when somebody lies, it just I've been there. That's the thing, and you've been lied on too, so you know that.
No, I get that too.
And a constant is the constant is where a lie told once is one thing. I've had the same lie told about me, Yusuf, constantly for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, oh, why don't you just let it go? And I'm like, because do you realize that we're on YouTube and we're small potatoes, but there's new people that come every day. And then they don't know that they really don't know. If they meet up with your adversary, they don't know that they're lying and they taking them at their word. And the bad part about YouTubers is they have a tendency to go and make that content. And now they're blasting you, telling lies, and they don't even realize they lying. So you can only get so mad with them because they really don't. They just repeating what they heard.
Right. I feel like they could have settled it out of court. How come Cardi never hit a link or sent a tweet or sent a sub? She always got to go to court.
Oh, because she could afford it.
Right.
Now I have to say, if I just had money to throw like that, no, I wouldn't come down here on YouTube and play with none of us. I'd be like, what? I would just, no. I would have said the lawyer. Why am I arguing with somebody on YouTube?
I don't like it. I ain't fighting for it because I'm not in the case. And, I be trying to watch my mouth and everything too, but I just feel like people could watch their behavior when they know they're being watched by culture critics. And she's not the first. And like you said, she's not the first brand media company to be sued. And she won't be the last. So it's just a masterclass for us to watch and see what not to do. But it is a small jab to independent bloggers and stuff like that. And, just knowing how we always competing with everything mainstream. Even with
absolutely, child.
You start talking about something happened, they go into YouTube to see what happened before they do their live news.
And not only that, didn't you notice when pandemic hit, reality stars came right to YouTube.
Right.
They came to YouTube.
But they couldn't wait.
The reviewers' jobs. They jumped, but they didn't take our jobs, but they jumped in with us.
They always wanted the
They
reason
jumped
though.
in with us. They're reviewing their own show.
Right.
I was dying. I was like, oh, well, but then you know me, I'm like, y'all don't hate the player, hate the game. Hell,
Right.
I subbed to them too and said, go ahead, do your thing. Ain't
Yeah, I
no
like that.
way. And
I like when they do that.
how do I compete with you about doing reviews for your show? I can't compete with you. You got the inside track. You know what's going to happen next week. You know the things that happened that we didn't see. Of course, you could deliver a better review than I can. You know what I mean?
And
So
you were
that
there.
was I noticed. I was like, things are starting to change.
It's so crazy though. That's all I was saying though. I just wanted to drop back down though. But shout out, I do see a couple people who know and love us. And I do see a couple people who's telling me that I'm slow, but you just have no idea, young lady.
You already know.
Many things, but slow ain't one. I'm actually dumbing myself down talking about this because everybody know damn well Cardi B is way more ratchet and slandered more people and hurt and harmed more people than Tasha K's commentary. But whatever. Y'all have a beautiful long night, all right? Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, Yusuf. You didn't even say no bad words.
Oh, I didn't?
I love you, Yusuf.
See, I love you. I'm getting better. See, I'm growing. And see, they act like they don't even have no idea. Y'all better encourage me. Because then if I start dragging all of y'all gonna say I'm worse than them all, and then I'm not the beef sector. So, okay.
No, you're doing good.
Yeah, I thought I did. I didn't even drag nobody. And I usually go all out. So that's interesting. Y'all have a biscuit.
You so crazy. Thank you for coming up.
All right. Look, they want to sue me. Who got the money to sue me?
Oh Lord, don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Do not ask. All right, you all, that was Yusuf. Oh jeez. Let's see. And yes, that was a troll. The other T, whatever his name was, I blocked him. He was a troll. He was a troll. At that, I don't. Well, you know, they're up just like we're up, I guess. Okay, let's see. And you have several. Lord, child. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I mean, somebody picking and lying it gets to be a bit much. And again, Cardi ain't got time to be back down here. Like I got time to go and make 5 videos, dragging, honey. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have time. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Tanika? Tanika? Can you hear me? Come off of mute, babe.
Yeah, I've never done this during your shit. So
I know.
sorry.
That's what I was like, come on now. Hi, boo. What's up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
I'm off of mute.
Yep. I can hear you clear.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm off of mute. So,
okay. What
Tasha K, I don't like her. I used to follow her.
Go ahead.
And she's just a liar. And I understand that some people love Tasha K and want to drink the juice and punch whatever the hell you call it. But I can't support somebody who's a liar. Did you listen to the conversation she had with Lovely T that they played in the courthouse?
No. But I remember when all of this stuff was going on.
And she was taping Lovely T and released it without her knowledge. That's why they fell out.
Oh, jeez. I remember how bad it got when they were feuding.
With that Sarah girl that they said is bipolar, that started all the stuff about Cardi having, which she doesn't have, the HPV.
Oh, jeez.
And the H word. But I was just done with Tasha K after that. Like at first, I like watching her channel because she was funny. But then it just got twisted. So I just stopped watching her. But all this crap that I'm seeing, like some people saying in the comments, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but facts are facts. And Tasha K is a liar. She got what she deserved. I do not feel sorry for her. And talking about Cardi B is trash. She's not trash. That woman just gave money for them 17 people that died in that fire in the Bronx. So That pissed me off too. I'm like, y'all sitting there trying to hold this woman's past against her that she was a stripper. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people that have done worse things than that. And I rocks with Cardi B because she's blunt, she's honest, and she doesn't let the fame change her. She's a cool chick. And you know that I'm out here, so I bump into them people. I'm not like, trying to search for celebrities, but she's a cool person. The brief second that I got to meet her, so I ain't got to say anything negative about her.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. It's over now, though. It's over now. So we can get on to the next thing, and that's what I'm wondering. What's going to be the next thing? Do you think that because you be watching everything. Do you think there's going to be another? Do you think that it will come down the line to like the smaller YouTubers that's like down in my realm? Do you think that there will start to be defamation suits start flying around here? Tanika, what you done? Over here. Wait a minute, y'all. This is her first time. She don't never click the link. This is her first time. I still like Tasha, but legally she was wrong in the wrong Cardi, and Tasha are the same person, personality wise. I agree with that, Vanessa. There's, Cardi. You remember I was following Cardi, following along with Cardi, from her Love and Hip Hop, and there was times when I had to drag Cardi because Cardi was driving me nuts. She was driving me nuts. Okay, Tanika fell off. She might come back up. But yeah, Cardi had drove me nuts at a point. But again, when she do good, I say she's doing good. I do not believe it will affect you guys as long as you continue to do things that are recent. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be fine, powerful, because I listen. I ain't just made up nothing, child. I ain't got time for it. Unless you are on here blatantly lying, you're going to be good. Thank you, Jamie. That was about her and making excuses and dragging men. Ooh, Jesus. I don't think Tasha K is going to honor the judgment. She went after Cardi night before last. Oh my God. I just wish that Tasha would have left this alone a long time ago. Now let me flash that on the screen. Now you said a mouthful. A mouthful. Whatever Cardi said or has done in her past is no bearing on the case. Yeah, and that's kind of what came out throughout the case. I don't think the judges really cared. She's still going to court. I don't need to prove ish. I don't give a damn. Right. And that attitude and all that other stuff didn't help. I think y'all will be fine if one, you can prove it, or two, you stop when you get a cease and desist. We say shut on when the paperwork rolls through. Crabs in a barrel mentality. They both outspoken. They gonna cuss people out and not care about it. Right. First of all, she was doing the most, and then hashtag it backfired. I was Tasha, but it was as long as Cardi's. The child, they would keep fighting. I think they would just keep fighting. Oh my gosh. Is Tasha and her husband going to be the same? That, ooh, Ms. Ashley, I don't know. When a husband and wife find themselves in a position and they calling each other liars and stuff and embarrassing one another in front of strangers, that's not good. James, do you think I look like Jasmine Masters? Jasmine Masters? Jasmine Masters. And that Jasmine Masters. No, not really. Not really. No. First of all, Jasmine Masters is thin, and Yusuf got a body. Jasmine Masters is more my complexion than Yusuf's. So no, I don't know. Somebody trying to be funny, is that it? And she's a drag queen. She's a drag queen. Yusuf's a boy. Jazz, do you think she has several millions? Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she has it on hand. I know she has the potential to get it unless they snatch her channel. Hey, Gabor. I caught you twice in one night. You did. You did. I think Tasha and her husband getting a divorce. Woo! Jesus. Okay. I smell divorce. Again, that's a ugly place. That's an ugly place. Again, when husbands and wives start embarrassing themselves in front of the public, how do you even get back from that? You know what I mean? Because I know how I would feel. I'll be to punch them in the stomach. Oh no, don't worry about that, Yusuf. I think they're just trying to pull your tail. That's all. Said I was Yusuf Masters. No. Now, no, Yusuf. I think Tasha K don't care as long as she keep her YouTube channel. And that's the thing, Lonnie. If she keep her YouTube channel, she can always rebuild because the winos, there's people, like I said, there's people that don't like her, that's dancing and all of that, no matter what. We all have a group of people that like us that kind of will stick with us through the good and the bad. And if she doesn't have the money, she definitely has the potential to get it. And as long as she can work, she can, get herself out of this the financial hole. But if her possibility of working is snatched away, and I don't know what she's gonna do. So she need to make a backup page with a new name for a while. Make a new name. I'm sure she's on top of that. Exactly. She can always rebuild. But see, the thing about a backup page, if they hit her with talking about just taking down the page, they ain't gonna just tell her just take down your page. They gonna hit her Google wise. They gonna knock her out the system. They ain't worried about that page. If they knock her, they gonna knock her out of the system. They're not gonna let her on at all. Exactly. She can always rebuild. Look at a fresh and fit podcast. See, because if they knock you out of, if you can come, as long as they don't say she can't come on social media. If they say she can't come on social media, she's screwed. Because where are you going? The court can order her off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they're not going to play the game of, oh, we're just going to take your channel down. No, they're going to knock her out of the game. Good night, Stacy. Let's see. Maybe that was the plan. Natasha and her husband to go in the court accuse each other. Maybe that would be, kind of goofy, but they'd be able to recover from that. If it's something they put in motion, then they'll be able to recover from it. Exactly. Wendy been dragging folks for years, but she always has allegedly before her stories. I heard that she hasn't paid her taxes in 3 years. Yeah, I heard that was said. Off topic, but that video of Olga damn near ripping the passenger's door off the hinges just tickles me. I didn't see it. Cardi B says she drugged me. Oh my gosh, honey. Oof. Lawyer was stuttering just as bad as. You know what? I'm not with you. I will not. I hate to see anyone that has to write a check that big and it's not for college tuition. Baby. Cardi was dressed up for Halloween and made a check. Oh, jeez. Today's court decision will tell the final for everything. Cardi B had second and third chances. Miss Big back. Oh, you know what? Oh, she never said allegedly. Child, yeah, I think a lot of the doubling down on certain things is what really kind of sealed the deal. And that's the thing, Cardi wasn't on trial. Cardi wasn't on trial. Cardi was the victim. Tasha did go too far, but I don't want to see her lose her YouTube channel. Just learn from this and move on. As many Black people is too happy about this. Just disgusting. All right, so now we're going because I'm actually down to like 18%. Listen, this has been really, really interesting. It was a different kind of kitchen table talk we've had here, but I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy myself. I hope you all have enjoyed yourself. Again, I kind of sit back and I kind of view what's going on. So if there's some other things that go down, maybe we may have to talk about it again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're definitely watching. I'll definitely be watching the YouTube streets because that's where I'm at. I'm in the YouTube streets. So if anything changes down here on these YouTube streets, I'll be down here to either clean it up or be a part of it, baby. See, that's the thing. That's what I ain't said. I ain't so much worried about nobody sending no paperwork on me. It's about whether or not I want to start sending paperwork around. I'm joking. I'm just joking. But am I? Am I really? But listen, child, just is what it is, honey. It's the YouTube game, honey. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But I just want to see what's gonna happen next, child. What the folks gonna do? They gonna two-step? Or they gonna spin? I don't know, child. Anyway, listen. This has been Kitchen Table Talk live late at night. Late at night, we keeping vampire hours up in here. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will definitely catch up with y'all on the flip side. Good night, you guys.
And feel like